open.
Thank you.
It's our YouTube show.
Oh, I see.
We can cut you out if you,
Yeah,
if you care.
I don't mind.
Thank you.
Wait,
How do I find you guys?
That should be the
On
end of it.
YouTube?
Thank you.
How do I find you guys on YouTube?
Caveman Collectibles.
Caveman Collectibles.
Welcome, collectors. Thanks for joining Caveman Sean. That's me with Comic Talk with Caveman. Guys, today I got a crazy little comic talk for you. We're going to be opening up all the CGC slabs out of the cases here, and I want to show you guys the quality of books I have. I've seen other guys do this. They've got moderns in 9.8s. There's some impressive hauls out there, but I think your minds are about to be blown away when you see just how many vintage 9.8s we have here at Comic Cave Canada. I'm excited to stack them up here and count them out with you. I'm excited to show you this. These are vintage submissions, not moderns. So out of 100 books, we're going to count them up here together and see how many we got. This is the quality of books that I sell on Whatnot, and this is how they're coming back. Let's take our first box here, guys. We'll start out with, they're all piled up behind the counter here, and you can see, guys, we're going to crack them open for you live on cam. I saved these boxes up all week to do this for you, so you guys can see kind of how many, 9/8s that we get in a 100 book submission. All right, guys, are you ready? Spider-Man 1, 9.8. Spider-Man 1, 9.8. 9.8 Spider-Man 1. These are right out of the CGC box. We've had the FedEx guy show up. Just want to show you how many 9.8s we get, guys, in our submission boxes on this brand new old stock. .8. Getting boring, guys, going through these 9.8s like this, right? Same book, but I sent down mass quantity just to show you the quality and that you have the best chance of getting your 9.8s when you pick up these books and help Tamara and I thin out the collection. We have a brand new old stock, guys. I am an authorized CGC dealer, and you guys can be the judge by as we open these boxes. I have about 8 cases like this here of, some of them have multiples of the same book. There's another one. So that's not a bad box right there, guys. And that's the last 9.8 in that box. Spider-Man ones, we sent down 20 of them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 out of 20 9.8s. Now these are brand new old stock, guys. And there's your first pile, collectors, right there. About 75% in 9.8s. And we'll grab onto the next box here. Okay, guys. Here comes the next load of 9.8s. So this box does have a little more of the rejected books in it. I guess CGC has stored them in here. It's a little heavier. So we've only got a smaller pile of 9/8s in this one. This was one single submission on the 100 books. Go ahead and move that over here. We've got Marvel Comics Presents in 9/8. Again, guys, batches of 10 to 20 books to get the 9/8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that box with the ones that were rejected. Obviously, we're not at 100%, but this load is going to be at about 80%, 9.8s. We'll grab another box here, see what we got in this one. There are some customers' books in these submissions, guys. It's important that you press all your books before you submit. That's one thing I've learned from doing these huge quantities of the brand new uncirculated stock, guys. I was grabbing them saying, well, these are brand new books, look how nice they are, and just sending them down. Before I became a dealer, you know, and really started getting picky with the grading, I mean, I was picky before. I noticed that, you know, any little mark on a book drops it down by a significant amount. Paper collectibles are the hardest thing to get in the high 9/8s, anything over a 9. I'll tell you something, guys, nobody's got books like these that are all coming back in this high of a grade. And now that I've upped my my knowledge on what the graders are looking for, we're going to be able to get these in more frequently every order. And I'm going to pass this knowledge on to the collectors. So this is a collector's box of books here that went down. Some of the submissions you guys are probably waiting for. There was no pre-screen on this box. So let's see what we got in this one. There's no rejects in here. We'll put that out of the way for now. All right, guys. So there's a brand new old stock Spawn. It's got a 9. It's still respectable, you know, for a 35-year-old comic book from 1992. 9, I've got these in probably higher grades here as well. How it's a lot of pot luck and a lot of skill. It's almost like gambling or playing poker to get these. You have to have something good to start with, though. So this is a book here that I broke out of the slab, guys. Somebody want to explain that one to me? This is what it was. This is what it came back as. There's your professional graders from CGC. So I'm building up a case, guys. I've been doing this. This will be for another episode. I have a whole bunch of examples here, and I'm going to show you guys that opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and right here is the proof is in the pudding. This is a professional grader from CGC that said this is a 9.4 restored. I looked at it under my equipment, and I could see no restoration on it. I've been doing this longer than CGC's been around. So what I did was I broke the book out, I resubmitted it, pressed it, and I got the exact same grade, so at least they're accurate with the grade on this one. I have other books I'll show you with variations on the grade where I've changed the grade level by 2.5 points. That's the most bump I've got with the press and clean. But there is the same book right there, guys. You have my word on that. That's the same book that came out of that slab. So I'm putting a bunch of books together like this to show you guys that they're just people. You can't get mad at your dealers, at your CGC dealers, or at anybody if you don't get the grade that you want. The best you can do, collectors, is send it back, resubmit it, and try again. Hopefully you'll get the grade that you're looking for, and it's a gamble. It's not consistent. It's not consistent at any grading companies anywhere, and there's your proof right there. Okay, one professional grader said this was a restored comic book. So I question it like this: why would somebody take a book from 2011 and do worth $10 like this one is and do any sort of restoration on it? I bought this book, I found it out in the wild, and I saw the purple label, and I picked it up, did a quick inspection, and I said, there's no way that anybody did any restoration on this book whatsoever. I said to Marissa, what do you want that thing for? And I said, because I'm going to add it to Comic Talk, which I'm doing now, to show you guys this. And I'm going to do a whole show to prove my point if you need more believing than that. That it's all luck of the draw with the books. If I say a book's a 9.8 and you send it down and you have an inexperienced kid look at it, it could come back a 9. It could come back an 8.5. I've seen 7.5s that are 3s. I've seen all kinds of mistakes ever since the collecting has gotten really popular and people are sending books down. They're just people. Crack the thing and send it back. Make sure the book is worth sending back. Do your own pre-screens. Make sure you give yourself the best opportunity to get the high-grade slab without relying on somebody else. And that's the best advice I can give to you. And I'll tell you, nobody in the world has as many brand new old stock books as I do right here. I've been on the internet. I've called all the brick and mortars across Canada and the States. I've checked all over the world, guys. I've been to all flea markets, been to Comic Cons, been to shows. When I show people the quality books I have, these are your best shots. That's it. That's all. Nobody over ordered this much stock and had it available for you to try to get these 9.8 slabs in them. So they're going to be your best shots, guys. So be happy to have the opportunity even. A lot of people don't get the opportunity in their life to buy brand new old 50, 40, 30-year-old comic books and try to get that slab. So there's a big one, a 9.6 that came back. I've called most of these books on 9.8s, so I'm pretty close, guys. Nobody's perfect, but a 9.6 is super respectable grade in a comic book from 1987. Now this one here, this is a surpriser. This is for one of our fellow collectors on Whatnot as well. And this one's come back at a 7.5. Now I'm not happy with that at all. And upon closer inspection, perhaps this book needed a press. It's brand new old stock. I've got a stack of these, so we're going to make sure he gets a 9.8 in this. It's just going to be a little bit of a delay. We're going to do another submission as we do every week, and I'll throw a stack of 5 or 6 of these in to make sure he gets a 9.8 on this. That is a disappointing grade on that book. It is virtually flawless. I see nothing wrong with it. Brand new old stock. When I turn it over here, guys, I notice a small cover impression right here. Not a big deal. Could have been avoided with the press easily. Again, learn from your mistakes, Caveman. Press every book. The problem is the amount of submissions we're getting now, I don't have time to press between 100 and 300 books a week for every single submission. So my theory is, thank you to Mr. KG50, send more frequently, smaller amounts of the brand new old stock, and I will get them. So on a book like this, I won't crack and resubmit it. I'll just grab another one for this collector, resubmit it, and I'll get him his 9.8. And I do that if you're a friend, if you're a follower on Whatnot, and you're always in the room. I will take care of you. Again, here's another one. I'll show you a quick example. We got a 9.4 on a book I called a best candidate for 9.8. I don't guarantee the 9.8s, but I tell you, you're going to get the best shot on these books, which is true when you're receiving a 9.4, again, on a 35-year-old comic book. And if the customer is a good customer of mine or somebody needs it, like I have the brand new old stock in the Guardians, so we just go to the back, we grab another one, and we resubmit it, guys. On a book like a 9.4, that would be a recrack maybe in a hot press, and this is going for about, you know, $280 to $350 range in the 9.8, so that's going to be something that can be taken care of. Still a great grade, you know, 35-year-old comic book, grabbing a 9.4. Anything over a 9 in these books is almost impossible, guys. I'm watching guys do modern submissions, and they are not even getting as high grades as we are here at the Cave. Let's get into another big case here. There's a bunch of cases back here, guys. We're gonna cut until we get through all these. Mark these ones off here. Okay, got some good ones in here. So these ones here were sent for re-inspections. There's a 9.8 Ghost Rider. These are ones out of my collection. 9.8 Ninja Turtles, newsstand, nice. These were sent down for re-inspections. They came back as 9.6, and I had a conversation. They were resent down. These are the same books out of the brand new old stock. .8 Spawn 6s. So there was a bunch of these brand new old stock Spawn books, and there's a 9.8 Spawn 1. Let's grab another case here. Okay, guys. This one's got a small pack of some pre-screens back. Oh, Spider-Man 1s. I'm going to start piling these up let's move the customer slabs out of here so we can make some room for the 9/8 from the cave. And we're gonna put these back here where they're nice and safe. All right, guys. Spider-Man 1s coming at you right now. Spider-Man 1, another 9/8. They're 9/8. Spider-Man 1. I'm curious to see if CGC has the purple web Spider-Man in here. They didn't recognize it on their census or when I typed to them, so it's something that I believe they're unaware of, as there's no notes on the books. They are scarce. It's where the webbing on the Spider-Man 1s is purple. It's a scarce slab to get and highly collectible, guys. Not listed in the Overstreet book or on the CGC census when you search books, which is interesting, I found. Another 9/8. We got our CGC paperwork on this one. 9.8, guys. 9/8s all day. Looking great. Special thanks out to Shadowfax for naming this episode of Comic Talk. It's called It's Slabbering Time, and that's exactly what this is, guys. You're watching the biggest unboxing right now of 9.8 slabs that's been done in vintage comic books. There are some large ones for moderns I've seen, books that were made, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, but never ones that were 30 and 40-year-old books like these ones in 9/8s coming back in this quantity. And the reason I decided to do this episode was to convince the skeptics out there that there's no gimmick, guys. These are the books that I have, and these are the books that I am offering you guys at unbelievably low prices. I sell them below market value. I put them back into the hands of the collectors at collectors' prices. I don't hold my price and say, well, that's a $250 slab, and that's what I want for it, for example. I start them at a reasonable price. We're going to be doing a 9.8 sale at $100 a slab. That's covering my time and the CGC service on it and making a little bit on the book. Not much, guys. I'm going to do this for the collectors on Whatnot, so make sure you follow us on Whatnot and stay tuned. That's going to be a huge show. We're a couple weeks out. I want to make sure that I have a variety. As you can see, we have a lot of the same books that we've sent down here. So I do want to make sure that I have some variety. Variety's the spice of life, collectors. Now I'm going to leave these slabs here and we'll do a slab count at the end together. My knife. Next box, guys. So this is an awesome box here. Here we go. First appearance of Gambit, X-Men 266, 9.8. Another 9.8 Gambit, 266. Another 9.8 Gambit, 266. So guys, if you bought one of those Gambit books, there's 3 from my collection that came back in 9.8s. There's the Ghost Rider 1s, 9.8, hard book to get. The black down the spines, always got nicks and ticks on it. Here's the next one, guys, another Ghost Rider, 9.8. And another Ghost Rider 9.8, guys. There you go, another pile of 9.8s. We're doing good here. Things are rolling. All right, let's bring another big boy up. And the boxes don't stop, guys. I send large submissions. I've talked to a few of my friends that are dealers, and they were like, Caveman, you're crazy sending down this many books. And I said, well, I'll be damned if I'm not going to prove the quality of my books. And I believe by doing this, you guys will see exactly the quality of the books that I have here. And all these books you see here, guys, are available at Comic Cave Canada on Whatnot auctions, and I've got them in the raws, so you're welcome to do your own submissions on them. Or I do offer the CGC submission service, and if you're a friend and you're in the room, as my father taught me, the more you buy, the cheaper things get, and I'll make sure that you're happy and you get these 9/8s that you need. As long as I have the supply left, it's going quick, guys. But get so these are nice books in here. This is a great box here we're into. So we've got the 9.8 Amazing Spider-Man second print gold. There's only about 410,000 of these in the world. These things were running up around $500, $600 in the news. In this, they're going about $300, $400 range. But these are just great. So there's some 9/8s in this book now that we're pulling out. There's another gold. These are real rare books to have, especially in this pristine condition here. Just gonna try to make some more space here, collectors. And another one. There's 3 of those so far. And I've got to move this over, collectors. We're running out of space here. This is getting out of hand quick. There we go. Punisher War Journal. We got some 9.8s in the Punisher War Journal. They're going in the 9.8 piles. There's 2 more gold, second print, 9.8s, guys. I'm going to have to reorganize all this in a bit. I just want to make sure these piles aren't going to fall over here. The Leaning Tower of Slabs. Starting to shift on the bags. I should probably move these down here. This is actually my first unboxing live, guys. We almost had an accident. So trying to keep it live. I know people are going to say, oh, he saved those slabs up, or he did it. I already thought of that. That's what I would say. So this episode of Caveman Comic Talk is going to be Punisher War Journal 9.8. It's going to be like this. It's going to be unedited, unfiltered. If I'm making mistakes or stutter or trip or drop a book, it's staying on, because I want you guys to know that this is 100% legit. This is how many 9.8s we have. We have all the candidates here on these books. And there we go. One. There's another 9.8. There's 2 more gold 9.8s. So we're rocking with the gold 9.8s. There's a few rejects in here, guys. There's a few in all of them. I mean, there's not many. This order here, guys, is about 80% 9.8s out of the 100 books. So that means for every 10 books that I call a 9.8, 8 of them are for sure 9.8s. There's 2 that I'll be a 9.6 or a 9.4. And probably, be honest with you, I'm so busy with them that it's because I forgot to press one of them, or I looked at it and I went, okay, next, okay, next. And that's it, guys. All these books are 9.8s. There's chances at 9.9s and 10s here on books that are 30 and 40 years old. Don't pass the opportunity to get all these books, guys. We're getting rid of them. I can't take care of them. Can't take care of them all. It's just too many books. All right, next box here, collectors. And I appreciate you all for subscribing to my channel and on YouTube here. Don't forget to do that, please. And please follow us on Whatnot and help us take these books home. And I promise I will match or beat any online seller, any brick and mortar, anybody's price on comic books. And I promise you will have the highest quality copies available in the world that's left. That's it, that's all. You'll have one of the highest quality comic books in these books if you pick them up off us. And you'll have bought them at up to 70% off what they're going for on fair market value. So these are the silver Spideys now. So we got some beautiful silver Spideys, 9.8 again. And I just don't want to make these piles too high. I'm running out of space here. Another 9.8. These are all 9.8s in here, guys. 9.8s. And I'll tell you something, when Tamara and I were filling out the forms for these 9.8s, we pre-screened for them, but a few of them we forgot. And guess what, guys? They're still all coming back in 9.8s. We've been saving up. This was a huge submission. Saving up the books that we thought were the nicest to put in this submission. There's a War Journal and a Spider-Man 1, 2 more 9.8s. And to forget, and then look at the boxes that I'm seeing now as I open them. And the pre-screens came back with a few rejects, but the ones we missed are just coming back as 9.8s. Life's great when you got these 9.8s, guys. These are called investment grade books. These are the ones you want to put away for your children. These are the ones that you want in your collection. They're just going to go up in value like crazy. They're the most collectible ones you guys can get. Don't miss out the opportunity to get a piece of this, guys, because once the collection's gone, it's gone. Now, these books I bought from the biggest brick and mortar store that closed down in Hamilton, Ontario, and he's a personal friend of mine, and he had the inventory, and it was passed on to me, the opportunity to get the inventory and to bring it out to you guys like this. And then we did this just for you guys, the collectors. Oh god, here we go, guys. So these are going for around 500 bucks each. I got some nice Venom labels on them. These are Spider-Man 315s, and there's a couple 9.8s right there. Let's see how many more we got. There's another one right there, 9.8s, guys. Not sure if you can see through the bags here. So these are good books to get in a 9.8. Another one. We're gonna have to start a fourth pile here, guys, I guess. Just don't want these things to shift over. And there is 2 more in this box. And that's another case done. Another 2 9/8s, guys, all day, every day. Comic Cave Canada. Okay, we got some more boxes here. They're getting a little smaller. I'm not sure if I missed any of them yet, but we'll get on to another one here. I'm slicing this one open. And I know there's some of you watching the show right now that are waiting to see some of the books that you've sent down. And I'm just hoping that they all come back in good grades. The ones that don't, you know, I'll take care of you. I want you to be happy, and I want you to have the best opportunity at these high grade new old stock books. All right, collectors, let's see what we got. So here's 2 books that are just beautiful. Now, this is not bad. This is real good, actually. I'm impressed. Hard to get grades like this on 1960s comic books. These were brand new old stock that I had in my collection here. Dad's collection that we've collected. So first I'm going to show you the Modocs. I had a bunch of these guys, probably about 15, 20 of them. This is a brand new old stock book, and it's flawless. There is no flaws in this book. Just beautiful. So why it got a 7, guys, is because this is a real hard book. Being a 1967 comic book, even though it's brand new old stock, what happens is the coloring tans. So it's got a little bit of yellow into it, and there's some blunting from storage in the corners, but there's no creases, no spine nicks, nothing on this book. It's just beautiful. You can see a little bit of the discoloring. So to have a 7 in this book, guys, is one of the highest grade copies in the world. To get this in a 9.8, I mean, I do have some 60s stuff in 9.8s, unbelievable condition, really rare. The foxing, these books were stored in brown cardboard boxes before they were sold. So that's a really hard book to get in this grade, and I'm happy with a 7. This is for a friend of mine, and I'm not sure if he's going to be happy with it, but we're going to figure that out and keep him happy one way or another. Very respectable 7. And here we go. We got an Amazing Spider-Man book from 1969, and this has come back as a 7.5, being a brand new old stock book. I mean, to get 1960s comic books in this high of a grade as frequently as we do, guys, is respectable and very difficult to get. These books are priceless in 9/8s. If you had these books in 9/8s, you could pretty much set your price. I've checked the census on a bunch of the 60s stuff. There aren't 9/8s in a lot of them. There aren't. There's a few in different issue numbers and different series, but not to the extent that we have. We have a consistency with, you know, 7s to 9.2s, 9.4s in the brand new old stock in the 60s. So obviously, as the books get older, they're going to be a little more challenging to get the 9.8s. So we're going to put those back. Those are beautiful grades. Let's do another case right now, collectors, and see what's in this one. This feels like a single book. One single book in this one. A lot of bubble wrapping. And this is a raw book. Raw book. So that's going to be some of the rejects. So there's a little pack with a couple books that didn't make my 9.8 pre-screen. And we've got one more package here. And it's one slab, one single slab, CGC. Let's see what we got here, guys. We've got a Venom Lethal Protector. This is for a fellow on Whatnot. I called it a 9.8. Guys, I'm close. Nobody's perfect. There's a 9.6 Lethal Protector. So I've got a bunch of these in brand new old stock, and that's beautiful with the Venom Lethal Protector label. It's a 9.6, guys. You can't get much better than that. 9.8 pretty much is the only grade higher. That thing's beautiful. I don't see any flaws on it. The thing they do when they grade these books and they give you 1 point less, there's no grader's notes on them. I guess it's just something in their opinion. Maybe that day which they decided not to put a 9.8 on it, but a 9.6, guys. Awesome grade on that. That's gonna go back here. Thanks for watching Comic Talk with Caveman, guys. I appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to get books like this and you want to pile up 9.8s in an investment for your future, for your children's future, and you want your best shot at getting the highest grade comic books in the world, guys, trust me. Come pick up my dad's and my collection. The stuff that we have is unbelievable, and it is unparalleled and unmatched throughout the world. See you on Whatnot, guys. I'm on Whatnot daily, auctioning books like this off, giving you a chance to buy the highest quality books you can in the world at the lowest prices possible, because I have so many of them. And I thank you all very much for watching Comic Talk and being on my show on Whatnot and giving us the opportunity to put the books back into the hands of the collectors, you guys and girls. See you on Whatnot, collectors. So all together, guys, the slabs here, we have 1, 2, I'm going to do a quick count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 slabs. So we've got 60 plus 18. We've got 78 9.8s here. Out of 100 books, there are 78 9.8s. That's 78% of my books, 80%, let's say, with the, I've got a couple 9.6s here. You know, that's unbelievable. 80% of the books at Comic Cave Canada will get you a 9.8 slab. Those are unbelievable odds. They're unheard of odds around the world. Make sure you're on Whatnot, guys. You're gonna have an opportunity of a lifetime to make investment decisions on investment grade books.